If 70% of people don't want a Biden-Trump rematch, why are they voting for Biden and Trump? For the Republicans, Trump has completely taken over the party. Look how many others tried to run against him, and now only Haley is left in the running, and even that is a technicality. For the Democrats, it is massively unorthodox for a sitting president to face a primary challenger, as this brings any split or divide in the voter base to the fore. In theory, if your party's guy is currently in power, they should be the best you have to offer already. Biden never got in because he was someone people wanted. He got in because he's not Trump. Because neither party will endorse another candidate out of fear that it would be an automatic lose. Unfortunately, it appears that our country thinks that these two old men are the best that we can offer. They don't want X, but they really don't want Y. So they're voting X as a way of voting against Y. Same reason why most Americans are independent. Yet still Republicans and Democrats are pretty much the only two parties that get votes at every single level. Both sides don't see the guy they don't like dropping out of the race, so they have to support their guy to have the best chance to beat him. Imagine we are all on a bus, and we can vote for its next stop. No matter where the bus arrives, it will still be inconvenient for most of us, because there is no stop close to all of our houses. Similarly, no politician will cater to all or even most of our interests and beliefs. There is a difference between the public and the political party cores. The cores decide who get funding from the party, and in some states only the hardcores vote in the primaries. Combine those two factors and it's inevitable that the old schools or extreme members get nominated. Because the majority of Republicans voted for Trump in the primary and Biden had no credible challengers in his primary. It's because of that 70%. The Democrats would prefer Biden if they had to pick, and the Republicans would prefer Trump if they had to, and if either side didn't show up, the chance that the other side would is too high. Biden is far from ideal, but by this point anyone not prioritizing keeping Trump out of office is just insane. The parties get to choose who runs, and it is a two-party system. This would be the perfect time for an independent to come in, because the candidate voted for is the outcome and reflection of the work that should have been done to get that candidate there. If the population wants a progressive candidate that represents them, they need to do the same work that the conservatives and establishment do to get their candidates there. Engage in the process and maintain that engagement by voting. Right now, the US card is fascism and not fascism. That's it. It's not much better, because of where the bar is and the quality of the candidates. Until that improves and something is done about it, that's where it will stay. That said, Biden isn't that bad for an establishment US politician. At least the bloke believes in the right to vote. They only need to be 30% or better of the population as well. In the case of the USA, it has a turnout of around 60%. Cause they are afraid if they don't vote for one, the other will win. Who else could the Democrats or Republicans run? The top talent that isn't 70/80ths of a year old has been driven out to the political wilderness over the past 8 years. It doesn't matter what 70% of people want if that isn't the reality. We live in a false democracy where small groups in power choose who you get to choose from. The machine does most of the picking. At this point RFK doesn't sound bad, but looking forward there has to be some sort of solid third party presence to balance things out. Politics has become a zero-sum game where each side is afraid of the other winning. The difference is one side wants to play by the rules and include everyone, and the other side is so pissed at that they want to make Hitler blush. I disagree with the premise that 70% of Americans don't want either. The fact is a majority, though there is a sizable minority against him, of Republicans want Trump. For Democrats, it's a combination of factors that draw them to supporting Biden. Incumbency advantage means he's the best chance we have at stopping Trump. Like it or not, it's a political reality. Some of us actually like Biden, think he's done some good things, and is largely being unfairly criticized. Polarization. The powers that be have successfully linked social issues with political identity. Voting for the other side means you are voting against a core part of yourself. A centrist candidate from either party used to be able to attract a coalition. That swingable coalition no longer exists. One works for our country. The other is Trump. Because they're sheep too conditioned to vote outside of a two-party system. RFK is gonna sneak up on both of them just like Trump did in 2020.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.